Okay, welcome to the game. This is Bears 1 versus Ubu 2, as you can see. And we're straight off into the game with a nice swing from Trish and then a monstrous knife flick round to Yongzhu in the end zone. And that's a fantastic 1-0 to Bears to get us going. There was no audio for this game. It's just for whatever reason didn't work. So I'm here, Jamie Mack, as a guest commentator. I was playing for Bears last year, but I've graduated now. So I've got free time and I can do things like dub these games over. So Tubu now on offense. Well, not on offense anymore, but they receiving the pull there. And Bears deciding who's going to go get it. They're setting up, it looks like 2 in to start. Or 1 in to start even, sorry. And Ivan looked like he collected that, but I think he was out the back when he gained control. So it's going to be Tubu picking up on offense now and setting up in what looks like an ISO. So we'll see how Phoebe takes this out. If she does, oh no, it's not gone for its shot. And Ivan cleaning that up. His his basketball background showing in his jump height there. He had to use too much of it and leaving it for Phoebe to collect. Bears on offense. That looks like no dump, so 4-1 being ran to start with at least. Good bodying out there from 74, but Jasmine's there under to Hong and lovely flow give and go. Not gone for, but just making loads of space for Phoebe to come right into. Bears super fluid movement. There's always one person moving, the right number of options going at every time. Onto the sideline. Ooh, and that was a bit of a brave shot to Phoebe there, just on the inside of her. Not a bad look, just not quite placed perfectly. And they're looking for the ISO again, 67 coming under and getting it this time. Bit of poachy defense, sort of giving them the unders here, but we're relying on getting a turn. And 25 looks like they hurt their wrist there, but not too badly that they can't play. So they're running off, setting up on the force now onto Hong. This Bears team, quite a range of experience. We've got people all the way from Bumble Bears down to Pterodactyls, and even a new pickup with Yongzhu playing for the team, despite only joining Bears this year, though they have played Singapore under 24s, so plenty of actual Frisbee experience under their belt, which is also what matters. To be picking up now and starting with not many in the end zone. We can't quite see the back corner, but not much going on there. I apologize, I can't name very many of these Tubu players. And going for that overhead shot, and it was close actually. I don't know if got a finger to it there, but not completing the catch as marked out by 2 Bears players. So a lot of pressure there. And Phoebe once again starting off on offense. Jasmine, lovely undercut into that free underspace. That's what the 4-1 leaves out so well. Nice continuation to Ivan. Fakes off the hammer, though. I think Phoebe was in space, but good decision to holster that if you're not 100% on the throw. Ooh, and just Jasmine finding the floor there on that put. It's all left off there as we get onto defense now. 67 coming under, and Phoebe deciding to poach off, but regardless, that Tubu player gets that catch. Lovely catch there. Ooh, huge field from Luke Hayward mid-pitch. Luke Hayward, despite his despite his youth, is being already picked up by Lemmings one, so super valuable indoors player, not only in his height but also now in his throws and his consistency and his commitment to those discs. Jasmine, there's a Trish free but not even needed as Amelia's there in the mid-space. Looking for the end zone shot and calling for it, but it's not on. There's enough Uber players in that space to take out, and bit of a scuba to nothing there. There's a miscommunication there, at least from one of the players. To be picking up now near their own end zone. It's the guy who looks like Harry Bevan. And that was a lovely IO shot, but not quite picked up. The vision on that though, that was crazy. And we'll see who's there to get it. Looks like Trish maybe going to pick up and focusing on the end zone, anticipating a shot to Luke. But it's not come. Ooh, it's probably some crazy grab there from Amelia, though a little bit off camera. And up line there, just not quite coming off, a little bit low. Bit of an ankle shot. And Bears one really needing to clean up their throws here. 5 minutes in and 1-1 is probably not the score you really want against an experienced team like Tubu, or a team with the experience of Tubu. And Will calling pick there. Not quite visible. It's always tricky when you're filming on the sideline and it's in a corner like this because you can't get both the thrower and the play in one go. But in terms of match, this is the in the pool. This is the A1 versus A3. So what Bears 1 coming in seeded first from their win. Sorry, not their win, but their great performance in Div 1 last year. 26 looking for options, but Bears defense shutting most of it down. They do find 45 under though, so that's nicely collected. Ooh, with a break there. Just slipping past Luke's fingers. And again, the put round. I'm not sure what the Bears force is. It looks like a backhand force, but maybe they should consider middle, as Tubu were finding quite a few uplines here. If I was on the sideline, I'd probably yell something, but it's all in the past now. And Will on disc now. It's a little bit messy. The defense just stopping a few more things than you wanted to, but it doesn't matter because Luke Hayward's screaming deep. Lovely scuba from Will there. Great shot. He's really bringing those overheads into stride. He always looks like he's taking the strangest options, Will, but it always comes off. So credit to him. He's just got the vision that other people don't. Tubu now with the pull. The guy looks like Harry Bevan pulling. It's a nice pull, fielded by Will there in our end zone. Lovely knife there to Young. And again, that overhead, but just clipping off the wall there. A little bit off. The strategy of just throwing overhead to Luke Hayward not quite paying off in this moment. New disc requested, as the other one's been completely demolished. And discarded in a corner. Rest in peace. Tuba now picking up, and the clear out from the dump space gives them loads of room to bring in that player and get the under, and then they found the continuation up the line, which is lovely to see. Call for back, and then under. Pretty clean handler flow. There's nothing at all downfield, which is what most of the Bears are busy taking out. They're just having to sort of use this weave. That is something you find quite a lot in these sort of second teams, is where you have a couple of quite experienced handlers who are quite good at moving it. Ooh, and Will, lovely defense there, stopping that end zone shot. 2-all. The disc very slowly being picked up. Some steady camera work from whoever is filming. I'm not sure who it is. Probably someone tall based on where it's being held. Bears swinging it now. Back of the fourth. Some pretty crazy shots and a lovely flick there from Will, just dropping the shoulder. Getting most of the way up the pitch in a couple of quick throws there, and a lovely knife there from Young, left in loads and loads of space. Or y-axis, I should say. I think he goes by y-axis. The under there, sort of a bit of a jammy cut there from that Tubu player, but it does get found. They are quite good at keeping it moving, this Tubu team, but when on those long shots, they tend to get punished by Bears' sort of superior athleticness and just intuition in the air. Looking for the weave. Ooh, and Phoebe just not quite getting round enough. Not quite coming off. Looks like 2 in the end zone now. A bit of a clamp being deployed. This is good. Sort of natural switching there from Bears. Big long swing taken. Some communication. And, ooh, lovely defense there from Trish on that mismatch from a guy who's about a head taller, apologising for someone who's presumably been trampled on the sideline. Phoebe now. That is a beautiful scuba. That was so nice. And immediately flows it into a score. What a shot there from Phoebe. That was good stuff. Now 4-2, a bit more of a comfortable lead. This is a bit more where you want a game like this to go, or to be. Bears looking to win this pool game, obviously. I think this is probably... I think the pools are 4. So the first versus the third should be pretty easy. And I'm not sure if that was in... Was it? Bit hard to tell. It looks like it's not. So Bears setting up in the 4v1 again now. Middle of the stack cut there from Will, but there was a bit of confusion from Luke at the front. So that was good intuition to take that movement, take that space where Luke wasn't going to. 4v1, not something we traditionally have trained at Bears. It's last year, I know it's more of an Ubu thing, but with this new batch, it's been trained up quite a bit and working quite well. Did work quite well for them in this regionals in the end, even though if Ubu had a bit of an advantage facing it because they've trained it so much historically. Bit of a call here without the audio. I'm not sure what the call was. Probably disputing whether it was in or not, but it has been decided to be in. So Trish takes that score. Ivan with a pull now. It's a big, what I assume was an IO backhand. My personal favourite type of pull. Gives it loads of float time and a bit of a shot to nothing there. It was a good vision. Just 25 didn't quite see where it was going. And to be fair, I think it might have been marked out if he tried to drop back for it anyway. So attacking it, maybe it was the play. Hong now picking up, bringing it to the front. Super wide dump up the line, and then Jasmine's back. Ooh, Hong, open player, just putting it a little bit too far ahead there to be got. Nice dump mark there from YX, forcing the shot to go way all the way back. Bears really, looks like a lot of them are focusing on taking out the deeps and trying to bait those unders and contest them in the air. So they think they can win those one-on-one matchups a bit more. And Jasmine picking up after they forced the turn. So it's almost like a stack. It is the 4-1 from Bears. I wasn't sure what they were doing in the middle. Is the flick on? Yep, to Ivan. And YX wants it right back. Doesn't go to him, but nearly brought down by Amelia there. Under great pressure of 2 players. Regardless, nice grab there from Tubu to keep that disc alive. A bit of an enthusiastic dump. And yet, just these deep shots are not coming off for Tubu in this game. Bit of a wobbly scuba, but Hong brings it down. And Jasmine loads of space now. It looks like Tubu are forcing backhand, but we're getting a fair amount of flicks off. Maybe it is middle. Ooh, and Wobble City there. I'm not sure if that was a point block or just a janky release. But quite a few execution errors, actually, from Bears. One in this game. They did clean that up later on in the tournament. But just finding their feet a little bit in the third game, midday on Saturday. Normally, Uxia has been in Alan Higgs. I guess it's a lie because it was in Cardiff last year. But not in the Alan Higgs we expected it to be. There was a lot of tournaments actually moved away from Alan Higgs this term due to the resurfacing, but it should mean nice, shiny new crumbs, less sweaty for next time. And that is the end of the footage. Thanks for watching.